And I used to have a lot of Swingman. I used to have maybe 100 Swingman as well, but I sold them all and then used the money to buy more authentics because, like Prodigy said, separate the bullshit from the authentic. But I don't mind Swingman. I still have one, you will see it. But let's start with the authentics. First jersey is a Knicks gamer. It's an Iman Shumpert. I actually got this from Harvey, I believe. As you can see, mesh. Interestingly enough, Shumpert only wears size L, so I thought he was a big dude. Turns out, well, L is still big, but most ballers are like at least 2XL. Yep, this is my Iman Shumpert gamer. I love it. I wore it the other day and it's super comfortable. But as you can see, I love Rep 30s. Here's my What up, YouTube? My man Harvey finally got me to flex my collection. I actually did a video last night. It got super blurry, so I decided to do it again. Yeah, I'm the young OG. That's how I... It's the nickname of my favorite artist, Fabulous. You can find me on Instagram right now as Respect the Drugs. I might change my name again. I do it sometimes because I'm bored. So if you want to see or hit me up, usually if you check the hashtag Rev30 or Adidas Rev30 or Authentic Rev30, you will find my stuff because I collect a lot of Rev30s. That's why if anyone has a Rev30 they want to sell or trade, hit me up. I got a lot of different authentics, so if you're interested in a trade, you can also do that. How did I start? Like, I remember when I was a kid, I watched a lot of music videos, speaking of rappers like Fabulous, G-Unit, Dipset. All of them wore jerseys. I started playing soccer. I collected a lot of jerseys when I was a kid, but I didn't have any money, so most of them were bootlegs, fakes from Turkey or somewhere. Then I got a bit older, started collecting real legit football jerseys. Then I started to work out, and as you can see, got bigger and bigger, so I couldn't wear my soccer jerseys anymore. That's why I needed better jerseys that I can wear to the gym, and that's how I got back in the jersey game. I've been collecting for like 3-4 years. I would say 2018 is when I seriously started to collect. Since then I've collected a lot of jerseys. As you will see, I have more than 100 authentics right now. I'm kind of proud of breaking the 100 mark. And I used to have a lot of Swingman. I used to have maybe 100 Swingman as well, but I sold them all and then used the money to buy more authentics because, like Prodigy said, separate the bullshit from the authentic. But I don't mind Swingman. I still have one, you will see it. But let's start with the authentics. First jersey is a Knicks gamer. It's an Iman Shumpert. I actually got this from Harvey, I believe. As you can see, mesh. Interestingly enough, Shumpert only wears size L, so I thought he was a big dude. Turns out, well, L is still big, but most ballers are like at least 2XL. Yep, this is my Iman Shumpert gamer. I love it. I wore it the other day and it's super comfortable. But as you can see, I love Rep 30s. Here's my Brandon Roy. This is from the 2010-2011 season where they came out in limited editions. It has the, right here it says 2 of 50. They only made 50 of these. This is his size with mesh numbers. I love these jerseys, but they are super rare. You barely find them, especially those that says of 50 or of 100. Super hard, but super nice. The number, the lettering, and it's Portland. The white jersey is striped. I like this jersey. I didn't pay a lot for it anyway, but when I saw it, I had to buy it right away. Next up, we have another Rep 30. We have son of Doc Rivers, Austin Rivers. This is a size L, length plus nil, plus 0. I rarely see those. I like the extra length they give on Ref 30, so this one fits because it's still size L, I can wear it, but I prefer the longer ones. However, this is a rare design because the Clippers didn't wear it for a long time when Adidas still made jerseys, so. Yet another Ref 30, I got it from Asia as well. I think it was Indonesia or somewhere like that. Next up, we got Oklahoma City. By the way, I have at least one authentic for every team that's currently playing. This one is my Thunder, but you can see it's Tabo Sefolosha and they messed up his name. For some reason there's an I that shouldn't be here, it says Sefoloshia, but at least he signed it. I don't know if he noticed, maybe he didn't, but it's a Thunder Ref 30, size XL. That's my preferred size, by the way, if anyone has an XL. 2XL is also fine. I don't care about length, if it's +4, +4, +4, +2, whatever. Next up, Bang Like T-Mac, Ski Mask Air It Out. I love this jersey. I would prefer probably to get this in Reebok. Reebok made this way better. Champion kinda made it too shiny, that's why you can't see the stars in my opinion. Anyway, this one has been tailored because it used to be a size 56, which is just super big. Now there should be at least the side part here with the stripes that they previously had, but this one tailored, of course. I do like the huge ass letters, the McGrady. I want them to go back to this number or this name and numbers because nowadays it's just small. Next up we got green jerseys. Sonics, like I said, I have at least one per team. This one is my Sonics. Ray Allen, I like this jersey as well because so many details. There's the Seattle is triple stitched, you can see yellow, green, yellow. You have several elements, different materials. You got the shiny. This is made by Adidas, size 52. If anyone wants it, hit me up. I mean, I want to keep my jerseys, that's not a problem, but I prefer Ref 30, so if anyone wants to trade, hit me up. As you can see, I got a Boston Ref 30. Nate Robinson. I got this from someone in Australia. I bought 5 or maybe 6 jerseys from him. And I love Nate. I have his book somewhere. It's actually the only book I have. State of Nate. No, Heart Over Height. State of Nate was his YouTube series. He wrote this when he was still with the Bulls, or maybe when he was signed for Denver. But yeah, this is from his Celtics days. Classic design, Boston green, can't go wrong with that. Size L, love it. Next up we have another Boston Ref 30. Size L as well, but it's the truth. Paul Pierce. Boston actually is something interesting in terms of Ref 30s. You have the side. Sometimes you have teams with something like this. As you can see, the line here is not a regular line. It's kinda, the front part is a bit like that. I don't even know how to describe it, but I will show some Ref 30s later where it's not like that. As you can see the side. So when you wear this, you will notice that because you have something like this. So that's why I prefer at least XL, extra large, or maybe 2XL. Now we got a Dwight Howard. Orlando Magic is kind of beat up. I don't want to show it for too long, but yeah, back in those days, Howard was a beast. They made it to the finals. Unfortunately, we didn't get Kobe versus LeBron because of Howard, but yeah. Another green jersey. It's not Boston, even though it has the same design here. It's Panathinaikos, a team from Europe, and this is a sleeved. Sleeved Ref 30. Adidas made them for a while because they thought they would sell more jerseys. Problem was that these are super tight, so if players wore them, I don't know who would want to wear something like that when they go out. It's kind of too tight, but Yeah, luckily we no longer have sleeve jerseys. Let me put this here. I got a red jersey here that I wore to the gym the other day. It's a New Jersey Nets Deron Williams, Ref 30, size L. This one is actually fairly decent even though the numbers are twill, because you can see it has some shiny elements even on the numbers, and they are twill. And the jersey itself is, you know, classic Nets. It's red. They had them red jerseys when Carter came. I had this as a Devin Harris swingman, but the authentic is just super nice. That's why it's also size L. I got this from Australia, from the same guy I got the Robinson from. Now back to green. Atlanta, welcome to Atlanta. Shoot it in her face like Jason Terry in the finals. That's what King Lowe said. I like this design. It's the Pistol Pete era. John Cena wore this on SmackDown. And the size 52 Reebok. I do love Reebok jerseys as well, especially Hardwood classics. That's why maybe if any one of you has one, then let's link up. Next up we got another Celtics. It's Mr. Anderson, Kenny Anderson. Well, it's a classic Boston green, can't say too much about it. Although I traded this with a guy from Canada. I do love OG Nike jerseys that come with this jog tag, because they are well done, in my opinion, made in El Salvador, and they are much better than the one that came afterwards, because these are, I don't know, I like them better. There's no real reason. They're probably the same quality, but personal preference, I guess. By the way, jersey I'm wearing is True Custom. It's a friend of mine in Poland who does true custom jerseys. Like, you send him your measurements, your length, your size, and he will do whatever jersey you want. You can see it's mesh burn, and it's super well done. It's $250 per jersey, which is a lot, but I mean, you won't find this jersey as a champion jersey anyway for less than, I don't know, 500 or maybe even 1000. So this is a super well made jersey. It's better than Mitchell and Ness, like, that's for real. Because Mitchell and Ness will screw it up somehow, he won't. Everything is stitched, double stitched, just like the players wore. The mesh burn is as big as it should be. You know, here's this little stripe, the gold logo. I wanted it like that. If you don't want it, you can just buy another season or ask him for another player. Everything is possible with him, and I also sent him a few jerseys to customize, so shout out to him. It's True Custom without an E, just TRU Custom. He'll blow up soon. I mean, he has already a lot of followers, but pretty sure he will get bigger. Another Boston authentic. This is my favorite Boston design actually. It's green and black. This is Rondo. He was a beast back then as well. Adidas first gen. This is size 48. Perfect for me. I have the same jersey as a Ref 30, but you will see why I said but, because looks dope, right? Number 22, mesh, size XL, perfect. That's what I was talking about earlier, like the home and the green jerseys didn't have the side part like this. They had it in the front here, but this one has a normal side cut. However, on the back it says ABC, ABC 44, because I guess this was a sample. Adidas made those and then some people just got them and sold them. But I tried to remove the ABC, it's not possible, I guess. It's glued and here's a remainder. Maybe I hit up True Custom and tell him to just put a name over it. I don't know, maybe Danny Ainge, because he wore 44 and 22, so it's perfect. Because removing the numbers is also probably impossible. They are just super glued and it's not worth it. It would probably destroy the jersey if you try too hard. And then I wanted to turn this into an Isaiah Thomas because he won number 4, but I guess I'll turn it into a Danny Ainge. Now we got another white jersey. New Orleans Hornets, Ref 30. I'll turn this into a Chris Paul eventually. It's XL, not his size, but It's not a PROCUT anyway, it's just a Rev 30, and I do love the Hornets more than the Pelicans. The Hornets design at least, because I don't know, Pelicans jerseys they've been decent since Nike came in. But the Hornets had some classic jerseys when they went to Oklahoma as well. Now I gotta rearrange some stuff and then I'll show the others. We still have a lot of jerseys.
The next day.
Then back to Pinstripes. Well, actually, yeah, still Pinstripes, because I do love me some Pinstripes, and the Pacers had some amazing jerseys. I love this Jermaine O'Neal. It's a size 56. It's super huge, but I'll tailor it eventually and then I keep it because I love the design. I love white jerseys in general, and that's why I have a lot of them. You're gonna see them. This one, for example, is a prototype. It's a 1066ers D-League jersey from 2006, I believe, 2007. Interestingly enough, this jersey doesn't have a jog tag, and I found one gamer that doesn't have a jog tag either. But you can see some of the... I'll turn the lights on, it's better. You can see some of the Rev 30 elements, like the neck part was later used in the All-Star game when they first introduced Rev 30s. And then here you can see the pattern, some of it at least. You can see other things that didn't make it, like an extra side part, some weird ass patterns and stitching over here. I bought this jersey for 20 bucks, I believe. That's why I bought it, because I don't know who played for them. I believe Sean Livingston and Raymond Sessions. I looked it up, but I don't know if I'll customize it yet. Maybe, but it's at the bottom of my priority list. Then we have Timmy D Finals, Mitchell and Ness Authentic, still with tags. It's definitely a nice jersey. I do love Spurs jersey. They're simple but effective, you know, just like they play. They don't play complicated, but they win titles. And I do have the black one. I'll show it later because something is inconsistent. This Mitchell Ness is a new one, I believe 2018 or so. Over here you can see it's the same material, nothing shiny, just the same. And then I will show the black one later where it's different, and I don't believe back then they used different material, but I guess Mitchell and Ness screwed up.
It's a yes for me.
Yes, did it?
It's a yes to it.
You can go, leave, got M's in the bank, like yes, indeed.
Next up, Steve Franchise, Orlando. I like this jersey. I think McGrady wore it as well in his last year. Howard wore it as a rookie. And it has the same side material, or at least this line, as the jersey I showed earlier of Dwight Howard. So they always kept using a little bit of the same material and design, even though they changed. But they changed the jersey in general. Yeah, gotta love Steve Francis. I have a Houston jersey of his, I'll show it later. Another player I love, Kenyon Martin, Denver Nuggets. It's a bit too shiny in my opinion, but still a dope jersey. I want to get the blue one as well. What I like about the Nuggets jerseys from back then, you have this pattern on the number, on the Nuggets, and on the back as well. So if you see a jersey like this without any pattern, it's fake. So easy to spot. Reebok 52, it's my perfect size if anyone has some of them. Let me know as well. I don't only collect Rev 30s, but also Reeboks and shit like that. However, Rev 30s are my priority. As you can see here, another Wolves, size XL, length +2. I don't know if I turn this into a KG or Andrew Wiggins, maybe Zach LaVine, Rubio. There's choices, and that's why I like blank jerseys. You can do whatever you want. And probably KG, because I need a KG jersey. And this one, I have another blank, I'll show it later. Now we have the white Knicks, and this jersey is so hard to find as an authentic. I don't know why. This one still comes with tags, 260 back in the day. This is a very early release of Mitchell and Ness, still made in USA, 95, 96. I try to keep the jerseys high because I'm not sure about the camera position, but hopefully y'all can see everything. Yeah, the white Knicks jersey for some reason is super hard to find. I don't know why. Like, I've been looking for years. When I finally found this one, I went to a bidding war with another guy, but I said no, I need to have this one. I don't care if it's Ewing, Starks or Mason, whatever, but I finally have it and I love it. It's so clean and yet, I don't know, it's just perfect in my opinion. It's one of my favorite jerseys ever. I definitely want to get more, but like I said, they're hard to get. Especially as like the early champions and whatever, you can forget about them if you probably need to find them as gamers. But speaking of New York white, I got a Stoudemire. I showed the Champard earlier, another Rep 30. Yeah, Stoudemire, I guess he went there too late. He was already kinda done, plagued with injuries. This one used to be a 3XL, it's been tailored actually to an L or an M, and I'm selling it right now if anyone is interested. Twill numbers, unfortunately, but I think the jersey can still be made wider, and I'll probably do it because it's a bit tight. I bought it not customized but tailored in terms of width, but the original is still here. You can still undo it, but the length probably not. But Rep 30s are super long, so I don't know if anyone keeps them like that if they buy a 3XL. Now back to LA, Clippers, white, size XL, still with tag. Los Angeles Clippers. I'll turn this into not a Blake Griffin, Chris Paul maybe as well, or some random player like Danny Granger, Nate Robinson, Crawford, when they play for the Clippers. Another team with white jersey is the Bobcats. This one is a Bismarck Biyombo, sit down, be humble. Signed actually, which is pretty cool. And speaking of teams that always include elements of past or previous jerseys, the Bobcats here, you can see some of the pinstripes they used on the jersey before. Yeah, I think this was the jersey when they finally reached the playoffs. They finally got good and then they just said no, we're no longer the Bobcats. They were not dissolved, but they were renamed to Charlotte Hornets, and that's the story of the Bobcats, but they had dope jerseys once again. Another team, just like the Kings, with dope jerseys and not a dope team. Now we got two more Rep 30s. One's a blank 3XL, one's I guess 2XL. This one comes with mesh numbers, it's Eric Bledsoe. And I do like the jersey. It's a nice callback, that's why I have two of them. It's a nice callback to the 90s Fireball jersey. I do love mesh numbers as well. This one is pretty dope, it's just black. What I'm gonna do with the other one, I don't know. I'll probably turn this into Isaiah Thomas because, like I say, he's one of my favorite players, and if not, then Dragic. Booker maybe, because he wore this in his rookie year. Before the Rep 30s, Phoenix wore these. Actually, they made these as Rep 30s as well, but they look kind of weird, just to me at least. This one is Barbosa, number 10. I like this jersey somewhat. I prefer the purple one. I have the orange one as well. They grew on me. I used to hate them, especially because of the shoulders. The shoulders just made the jersey look super weird. But now it's somewhat decent. I do like Barbosa. He's now, I guess, a coach or somewhat with the Warriors. Now we have Mike Bibby, Reebok 52, OG. I love Bibby. He was definitely awesome. This was the last time the Kings ever reached the playoffs, I think, because of this guy and Weber and some others. But after that they wore dope jerseys, but they didn't do much with it. Two Rep 30s. This one is the older one. It says Sacramento, which is dope. I like when they have the town name. Chicago has it as well, the black one. This one is size XL. I'll turn this into either Cousins or Isaiah Thomas. And this one, the newer, not newer, but it has a championship patch. That's how you know it's a later release. This one is XL plus nil. You don't see that very often. It's alright because, like I said, Ref 30 jerseys were super long anyway, so plus nil is not that bad. I'll turn this maybe into probably Cousins or Rondo. I don't know. They had a few good players, but probably just those three: Thomas, Rondo, McLemore. Probably not. We'll see. Anyway, my only Memphis authentic is a custom one, I guess, because I can't find any Davis who wore number 23 for Grizzlies. And this is a Reebok jersey, so I don't think anyone made this before the Anthony Davis draft. This is probably just someone named Davis. The design is dope. It's a size 56 though, which is super big, so I'm thinking about tailoring it, but I don't know if I tailor it, maybe this dope side part will be gone. We'll see. And I could technically turn it into either a Jason Williams, he wore number 2, or I turn it into an Iverson who wore number 3. But Iverson didn't wear Reebok, and sometimes I care about that I want players who wore the actual jersey and not just any random player, but sometimes I say, it's Iverson, so you can't find an authentic Iverson, or it's very hard. And speaking of Iverson, he wore this jersey for a long time. Philly, also Reebok 52, it's a bit beat up, it's definitely not new, but I like it. It's C-Web, Chris Webber, Reebok. The star is already gone, it's like pretty, but it's still nice. Like the stitching on Sixers Authentics from back then, it's always super nice. I have the black one as well, I'll show it later. C-Web, this jersey is a bit silver in my opinion. I don't like the shiny thing. I know some people loved it, but for me it was a bit too much. Like a little bit of shining is alright, but not like this. I will keep it though, and I wear it to the gym, of course. Then we have a Houston Rockets Ref 30. Blank, 2XL, a bit needs to be ironed, I guess. I bought it like this, so and I tried washing it once, it didn't help. It helped a little, so probably the more I wash it, the better I will get. I'll turn this into a James Harden for sure, just because if I one day decide to sell it, I could probably make a fortune if it's a James Harden. I don't know if I'll find the mesh numbers, probably not. And then the last jersey on this rack is Washington Wizards Blank XL. I have not talked about the Wizards Ref 30s yet, but they are super annoying, to say the least, because you can see the Ref 30 material just stops where the stripe is, and then after that it becomes a random ass material with no holes. It's not cheap, I wouldn't say that, but it's like, I don't know, silk or whatever. Just if you pay $350 for a jersey, you expect it to be at least somewhat of a good material, and the Wizards here is, first of all, starting to peel already, which is not good, because I wore it only once or twice. And secondly, like if you buy this jersey as a Swingman, the Wizards is stitched, but you buy the authentic, it's not, I guess. I don't know. Adidas just, I mean, that's how the pros wore it, and I can't complain if the pros wore it like that, but the pros change their jerseys every time, right? They don't have to wear them again, at least the good players. So I don't know, luckily I didn't pay $300 for this, I only pay 100. Like speaking of prices, I usually don't pay more than 120. I know it's not too high, but it's still a lot of money for a jersey. And as you can see, I've made quite a collection of jerseys that I didn't pay too much. Of course there are some exceptions like this one and a few others, but in general I would say my limit is like 125. If I see a great jersey, I'll buy it. If it's 150, 175, no problem, but like around the 200 mark is where I draw the line for sure. Because usually if I buy jerseys for 125 in the US, they usually come with import taxes, VAT, and some other shit shipping. So it's usually $200, and it kinda annoying, but it's part of the game. It's all in the game, yo, like Omar said from The Wire. Different rack. We got the King, the Young King, LeBron James, Reebok 48, made in El Salvador. Here, the shiny part, I like it. You know, if it's just the sides or just the little elements, then it's dope. But if it's the whole jersey, I kinda don't like it. But that's just me, I know some people loved it. Now we're going to the ABA. First off, Memphis Sounds. Super dope jersey by Mitchell and Ness. I didn't even know it existed. Then I found it randomly for less than $50 here in Europe. It's Jones, I don't know his first name, but I do know it's from 1975, 74, 75, size 52. This is an old school Mitchell and Ness when they were like 350, and they bought authentic, of course. I know that the Grizzlies wore the Memphis Sound style a few years ago when Carter was still playing for them, in red though. I've seen a few people on Instagram have this jersey as an authentic. Super impressive, but I do like the white as well. But I need to get the red one for sure. I don't care if it's a throwback or a Ref 30. Next up we got the Bullets. This is a classic jersey. I think someone on the wire was wearing it as well, or it was the blue one, I believe. Wes Unseld, he won MVP as a rookie, which is insane if you think about it. Only Wilt did it as well, I believe. This jersey is somewhat of a summer tank top, I would say. I see people wear similar tank tops just when they go to the pool or something like that. However, I do like having the original. Some people have it as Jordan, which is fine, you know. Nike made the authentic Jordan back then, and I like it too, but Wes Unseld, it's a legend, of course. Now this jersey I wore to the gym yesterday, that's why it's randomly here. This is a Bulls Reebok, also shiny. Number 21. It's not Jimmy Butler because it's Reebok, it's Chris Duhon. Speaking of the wire, I saw some guy on the wire wear a Duke 21 shirt, and I was like, who is 21? And I looked it up, it's Duhon. Went on eBay, searched for a Duhon jersey, found this one and said, yeah, let's buy it. Now let's switch to another color. Purple. My state of mind is purple, like Nas said. This is a Ref 30 in 3XL, length +4. I'll turn this into, I don't know, just like the white one. I have one with name and number. Actually it's signed. It's a Ref 30, PJ Tucker, size XL. I like this jersey because I usually love purple jerseys. I have a lot of them, you will see. But Phoenix, like I said, it's a nice callback to the rookie Steve Nash era. Speaking of rookie Steve Nash, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Right here, the Mitchell and Ness size 44 Fireball. This is just a classic. I know Fabulous was wearing this on the picture on his Wikipedia page, or maybe his discography was him wearing a jersey like that, and that's why I know I had to get it. Gold logo, 96, 97, double stitched. Yeah, a lot of people have it, but I was still stoked when I saw this on eBay for like $100. Now back to the Sixers, the shiny Sixers. We got this. This was originally just a size 56 black jersey. I asked my grandma to make it a bit tighter so I can wear it. And then I asked my friend True Custom, who did this jersey, to also put a number and a name on this, and he did. Because now it's an Andre Iguodala player that I like. You don't see that many Iggy jerseys in this style, and he did an amazing job. Like, look at this. It's perfect. It's like as if I bought it. The name is big, perfectly done. I can't complain. It was just, I think, $75, but it's worth it because this is quality right here. Next up, we got the Bulls. I was talking about earlier, the Chicago Derrick Rose Ref 30, size 3XL +4. I have yet to tailor it, and this jersey is kind of weird because the name and the number were taken off a Swingman. Like the same color, same design, but because it's a black jersey, it's not that visible. Like, you can see it if you're really close to it, but in my opinion, I don't know if I'll change it eventually. It's not my top priority though, but It's nice to have a Bulls Rev 30 and D-Rose, of course, the superstar back then. I do love D-Rose, especially his Bulls era. Then we got a gamer from the D-League. It's not Tom Brady, it's some other guy named Brady. I think this was my first jersey with mesh numbers. And that's when I realized, oh, they're pretty nice. Because I found it on eBay rather cheaply. Something about the D-League is also cool is that the name is kind of like the old school jerseys, like you saw with the unsold. They just put a piece of cloth on top of it and then... I don't know why they do it. Maybe because the same players use different jerseys, or they have just jerseys with numbers laying around. I don't know, but I've seen other D-League gamers with the exact same style. Now we have the black Duncan that I was talking about, because this one is in fact different. You can see it has the shiny side part, which is weird because the white one didn't. It didn't have it. It had the normal mesh material, so it's the same season. Vinyls badge, 98-99, Tim Duncan, but shiny side part. I don't think Nike did it for just the away version or the home version, I don't know. They probably didn't, so Mitchell and Ness once again messed up. Speaking of Mitchell and Ness, this is another tag that I didn't know existed. It's the inside, on the inside, the washing instructions, but it's from 2014. This is my first jersey from 2014. I don't think I've ever seen this one, so I don't know. Mitchell & Ness is like the only company that keeps switching up their tags and their everything. I think the jog tag was also different, and then 2 years ago they started making Swingman smaller and heat pressing. They just keep changing. That's why I prefer Adidas Rev 30. Here we have a super dope Kings jersey. I know Mitchell & Ness recently dropped this as a cousin Swingman. I prefer to get the original. Size XL, length plus 0, you see a championship patch. And yeah, Cousins would be nice, but also Isaiah Thomas, of course. Rondo, I don't know if he wore this one, because pretty sure they changed, but they kept this jersey, I believe. I don't know, I have to look it up. Next up, we got, speaking of change, I showed the New Jersey Nets earlier, then they turned into Brooklyn. This one is a signed Deron Williams, one of the dopest jerseys in my collections. JSA. He signed it, he touched it, of course. Deron Williams, superstar, all-star. And something cool about the Rev 30, like I was saying, another layer is on top of the letters, so that's what makes it different from a Swingman as well. They have another layer. Not every team, like the Wizards, of course, they just got screwed. 12 numbers, unfortunately, but the jersey is a super dope fashion jersey because you can wear it and it's dope. You can wear it with everything, with black and with other colors. Then we got another D-League, G-League, Canton Charge. I guess they were the D-League team of Cleveland. I don't know if they still exist. I think they got renamed or relocated. However, it's the same design, same colors as Cleveland used back then, and I like it. It's nice white, yellow and wine red. Same colors as Arsenal, for example, used in soccer for a while, or in football. Alternates, I don't know, I have no idea who played for Canton Charge back then. Probably at least one good guy that I can turn it into. And make it shorter, of course. Next up, High School James. Irish, more than a game, forever. I don't think this is authentic. This doesn't count, I guess, because these jerseys don't exist. They exist. I did a lot of research actually because I saw John Cena wear this, but he wore a shiny version. His was fake as well. Then I looked it up. The only legit authentics that they made were like in 2003 and 4. Adidas dropped like 3,000 of them, and that's it. And they had a 9/11 patch and something else. Don't know why, but yeah, maybe not 2003, probably 2001, 2002, because it happened after 9/11. But yeah, I still like the jersey. This one is I don't know what brand it is. The High School Legends limited edition. Again, it doesn't feel like a knockoff from China. It's just, I don't count it as an authentic. It's still somewhat decent. It's not that bad. I wore it. It doesn't hurt. It's not like authentic. It's not an authentic, but it's not like fakes, because I started with fakes. I gotta admit that I bought some fakes from China and thought, wow. Then I wore them. They hurt my nipples when I worked out. They just itched, and that's why I'll stop buying fakes. Next up, Golden State Warriors, Jay Rich. I love this jersey because it's a Reebok Hardwood Classic, and I know I said earlier I prefer to have the unsold over the MJ, but sometimes I do love getting old jerseys with current players, like Richardson, for example. This one is the, I believe, 60s. Yeah, 76. No, 66 Warriors. I think they were in San Francisco, I don't know, but as you can see, only the number is stitched and the name, the streetcar and the bridge and the city is, I guess, sublimated. But still a nice jersey. 552 is perfect for me, like I said earlier, and that's why I have another 52. Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play. Just a blank that came in just a few days ago. I'll turn this into Josh Smith probably. There's not much choice in this era. Adidas only made this jersey for 1 year, because after that they switched to the blue and the Atlanta. It was a different design. They no longer used this color, so Reebok made these, and then Adidas took over, made them for 1 year. The hawk here is pretty cool. It's not on the back, it's here. And yeah, Josh Smith, Marvin Williams, Joe Johnson, but Joe Johnson won number 2 and I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I'll check if the camera this time is better and then I'll continue with the rest.